Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Saturday. Just wait a couple seconds because I want to say something. I'll just say it now. So, you may or may not have noticed that my follower goal has changed because I have reached 50 followers. Thank you to everybody who has hit that follow button, who's joined for streams, new and old, and looking forward to the journey going forward. So, I have been doing a lot of homework in this game to tie up loose ends this game. So, I think what I'm gonna do, first things first, is we're gonna do a little farming for cuts. I have learned very many things in my homework. So if anyone is short on cuts because they want to buy all the bike parts and they might need money for masks or clothes, let me show you a little trick that I learned. So this cave is for a quest, of which I did not find in my initial stream. I found it during homework. It was a very short quest. I finished it NBD. But what we will be farming in this cave, because we did find this cave during my main stream, and there's a rock here, and I had no idea what the hell to do with this. So what you need to do is we want these little glowing things on the roof. And so we're going to take this rock, we're going to chuck it into the magma, and it's going to start smoking. And then we are going to take this under the stalagmite, stalactites, whichever ones these are, if we can. Okay, that didn't work that time, that's okay. You can do this an infinite amount of times. So I'm going to try to use the smoke from this thing to get these little dudes to fall off the rock. There they come. Hello, Coffee Mom. And then we're going to collect these little dudes, these little glowworms. And we're going to spend a little bit of time in here because I need some cuts. But this is a great way to farm for money in this game, because each of these little glowworms, I got one that time? Dang. Each of these little dudes is worth 100 cuts, and you can sell them to any vendor. And they also respawn. So you can come here, I guess, as many times as you want. And farm as many as you want until you're satisfied. So I have already done the quest where I need to collect 5 of these guys. Chuck that into the lava there, maybe. There's also glow mushrooms in here that you can pick. Let's see if we can get any more of these guys. I find it is a little tricky to tell if I'm like directly underneath and the smoke is getting to them. here. I have 24, so that will get me 2,400 cuts. And that's probably all I really need for what I want to buy. Because, and I'll go through sort of what I've done off stream. Because, as I said, I have done a whole bunch of homework to get ready for today. And I don't think even if they roll into the... Oh, there was one more in there. Roll into the lava that they, like, climb back up or you lose them or whatever. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Let's go over this way. No one's dropping. Alright, we got a couple. That's good enough. Bump. Where are they? Oh, I missed one. Okay, so I've got 35 glowworms now. So, I think first things first. Whew. Alright, let me go through what I have in my inventory to share. Okay, so I have the chum mask, which is where we left off last time because I gave the chum queen enough chums. There is 165 chums in this game, and I have found all of them now. So we're going to go see the chum queen. We'll talk about that in a second. There is a vendor that will only sell to you if you are wearing the shade mask. So that's who I need money for to buy from, because there's a few things I want from him. What else did I do? Oh yeah. I went through and I found all of the fish and all of the butterflies and dragonflies. Because what I did not know is the fishing was a DLC that came out, I think a free one. And as part of the fishing, it has the angler hut with Yoshi. And then there is also the vivarium. So we'll go through this in a second. I'll leave that up there for 1 second too. So let's go talk to the chum queen first. We've got a lot of loose ends to tie up here. And then we can finish the story. So I'm not sure how long this stream is going to be, but that's okay. All right. Let's go return the remaining chum eggs to the queen. Now, if you are looking for the chum eggs or the fish or the butterflies, there are lots of guides out there, so seek them out. Some chum eggs are easier to find than others. All right. Do you have any more eggs for me, Sable? Yes, I do. I hand over my chum eggs to the queen. Sable, my little chum, you've done it. You found all of us. I feel a wave of relief wash over me as her voice echoes in my head. Whether it's hers or mine, I can't really tell, but I hope it's both. I never doubted you. Oh, we can never truly thank you, but hopefully this is enough. Please take this. And also this, and come stay with us anytime. You're fully a chum now, my little Sable, in everything except body. These are my final gifts to you, Sable. Thank you for all your help. Okay. Chum top. chum skirt. Oh, I think this is the first skirt we've ever had in this game. Alright, we've earned it. Let's wear it. Where is it? Hell yeah. And I'm keeping my regular mask on. I will say the chum mask is super helpful when you are looking for 165 chums. So if you're trying to get all of them, definitely wear the mask. Okay, next. We're gonna go talk to Yoshi at the angler hut. So I'm glad I did this off stream because, well, and I used a guide because while there's a fair amount of fish. You can see them all here. So I'll go through them because you guys haven't seen these, okay? So there is the bellow guppy, the bloated eye clam, the dopey dart, a little kicker, a light koi, hummer, ghost soul, flutter thrust, pebble eye. This was the worst fish to try and catch, FYI. Pillfish, sand ray, scabby fish, shelled cup, trifle jelly, teacup angler, suckerfish, and stormfish. So you may see that I have two of some and one of another. So the ones that I have two of is because one is going to go to Yoshi and the other one is going to go in the vivarium. The ones that I only have one of, I don't need to give to Yoshi, so I didn't bother trying to catch another one. If you are watching this stream and you are having trouble catching the pebble eye, I found a thing on Reddit that was spot on. It took a little bit of time, but this blue marker is where I caught my pebble eyes. So it is east of the wind tower, and it is at this blue marker right here. All right, let's get talking to Yoshi and get the angler mask. Hello there, Glider. What can I do for you? What do I want to talk about? I have those fish you asked me for. Well, good work, Glider. First step complete. You've earned this angler badge. But fishing's all about patience, right? So let's see how much more you've got. For your next assignment, I want you to head down to the wash. Bring me a little kicker, a bloated eye clam, and a trifle jelly. Good luck out there. So we're just gonna rock through it. Another successful haul. Excellent. You might actually be serious about this, eh? I tell him I'm serious as a little kicker, which I hope is a trait of that fish, as it would make me seem very knowledgeable if so. He chuckles, but I can't tell how. Well, here's another badge for your hard work. Now, Glider, one final assignment before the mask is yours, and this one will take you to West Red Sea. Bring me a stormfish, a sand ray, and a hummer. Good luck out there. Ah, Yoshi seems less taken aback than I expected, but more delighted. Well, you've heard the call of the sands, haven't you, Sable? Well done with this one. Really good stuff. I'll say thank you. Yoshi waves my thanks away. Thank you. Trust me, Sable. Lots of gliders think they want to fish or believe they can. Not many of them do as well as you. Been nice seeing you flourish. He clears his throat to make his voice more official. And now it is my pleasure to present you with this. I hope you keep your fishing on the rest of your gliding, Sable. keep up your fishing on the rest of your gliding, Sable. Whether it's your calling or not, I suggest you make it a hobby at least. It's a noble pastime, and between you and me, a very secure source of income. Very true. I thank Yoshi for everything and go on my way. Good luck out there, and then I'm going to talk to him one more time because Cassie is the person at the vivarium. Cassie says, hello. Cassie? I can hear the furrow in his brow, and then he brightens. Cassie? You know Cassie? How is she? I tell Yoshi Cassie's doing brilliantly, and that her vivarium is making a lovely start of it. That's great to hear. You know, she mentioned me, yeah? What did she say? She said you were kind, you were a good mentor, or you've got the knowledge. I'm going to say a good mentor. Yoshi nods. That's nice of her, and honestly, I'm happy to hear that. Always worried she thought she failed me or something because she wasn't much for fishing. Who cares, I say. I just wanted her to do what she loved, and it sounds like she is. Think I'll go by the vivarium sometime, say hello myself. Thanks for that, Glider. I tell him it's a pleasure. All right. Now we are going to go to the vivarium. So I have already given all but one butterfly, and I have given, I don't think, any fish. So we'll see what happens when we complete them. So this is the vivarium. You can see we've seen these butterflies and dragonflies around in different areas, so it's good to collect as you go, that's for sure. And that's the reason why I collected 2 of some fish, because I don't know if Yoshi took them. Okay, he didn't take them, which is fine. He just wanted me to catch them. Also, if you're starting on the fishing, I would suggest going to the vivarium and handing in what you have, because Cassie will give you a better fishing rod to work with. So let's talk to Cassie. She's back here. Hello again, Sable. What do I want to discuss with Cassie? We will hand in the butterflies. I hand over some butterfly specimens to Cassie. Thanks, Sable. I'll put these in the tanks. And now we'll hand in the fish. I hand over the fish and Cassie lights up. Thank you, Sable. Great stuff. I'll get them in the tanks. Sable, good news. Found another old fishing rod in storage the other day, like here in one of the old back rooms I was working on. Cassie produces then what looks to be the oldest possible fishing rod. I know it looks ancient, but it's in good condition, and it's really made of some incredibly strong material. Has to be to survive this long. So it's called the Trickster Atomic Rod. I think you should have it. I love how good you've gotten at this. Shows me I made the right decision. I tell Cassie I think she definitely has made the right decision. Cassie gestures shyly around her. It's a special place, isn't it? In response, I give an approving nod, and I can tell it relaxes her. It is. What do I want to discuss? So we'll just make sure. So you can ask her which ones you have remaining, and she'll tell you. So we've delivered everything. Yay! And should be the same for the butterflies. Delivered. Good. Goodbye. Take care, Sable. Enjoy your gliding. Alright, so that's done. For better or worse, she doesn't give you any reward. You're just basically helping her out. Yeah, let's see what's in here. So So these are some different fish, I think, and plants, it looks like. Yes, Dobby, hi. Yes, hello. What? Here's some more fish. And I think I can also get out this way too. Yeah. Okay. So, next to cross off, we have the ancient race to finish. This was the one where we rode the motorcycle through those rings. Oh, and the worm is right there. All right, let's do the worm first. I could have sworn I collected something in here, but I guess I missed it. Anyway, so I learned something as I was doing my homework, that there is something to do in the worm. The only kind of bummer is you have to, when you teleport, it doesn't teleport you up, so you have to climb up. And I kind of want you guys to see this, so I did take a video of me going through it the first time. I put it on my YouTube. There is no talking. I was just going through it. But I thought this was kind of a rather interesting thing to go through. So I'm happy to share it with you guys again. So, may have remembered, and I'll see if I can even see it from here. We might have to jump onto the top of it. Yeah, I think we have to keep going up. So there's a big gray pillar that, even with all the stamina from the chums, I couldn't climb. And there's kind of a reason for that. It's because you have to go the long way. And I don't know if I'm going to go through the whole thing. That thing right there, that pillar right there, right in front with the palm trees on top. So you might be able, actually that thing might be too far away too. You might be able to climb that and bubble over and then climb up. It's kind of I don't know. It was a bit of a pain in the ass just trying to get up that thing anyway. So we're going to go through the long way because there is a die that I apparently missed in here when I went through it first. Or I discovered that even if I manually save, if I teleport after the fact and then don't manually save, the autosave saves over my save, if that makes sense. So I might have found it, and then just with the saving process, it got weird. So anywho, go in here, and this is where we have the diaries with Pyrausta. Here I am. You told me to look to Pyrausta when I had lost it all, and here I am with nothing and no one, alone at the end of all my failures. I will sit and think for a while. Perhaps something will come to me. Otherwise, I look to fall. Anna, I know you won't want to hear me, but I have to tell you, Pyrausta spoke to me. In a voice like rolling thunder and late evening shivers, she shook my bones and told me there is more to this than I know, and that I must look inside the statue. I have no way inside, but I will find one. Where I am bidden to go by Pyrausta's whim, there I will walk in her great shadow. Now, I just want to make sure that it didn't suddenly magically appear. No. So, fun fact, because there was a chum up here, and then I kind of looked around and, like, there's this thing, which you can't do anything with. But as I was doing my homework, I learned that you can, calling for your bike also does this. And these weird AF brain fruit things open a portal into the worm. More written notes. It seems they managed to get inside too. Anna, I'm inside. I got inside, and I see now in this gaping darkness why Pyrausta beckoned me. There is a secret here she wished me to know, and it is so much more than I ever imagined. This place, this creature, she is alive. Not in the way of you and I, no, but in the way of slow and aged things, breathing and thriving at a pace invisible to those who live as quickly and as briefly as us. Like a wise old tree or a map of mushrooms below the earth, living and decaying all at once for centuries. She is alive. I think I can press on and go further in. I don't know if I can return the way I came, but so few stories are told of those who walk back along their own footsteps. I will find a way through to the other side. There are a few scraps made unreadable by Ware, but I find a later entry that is just about legible, though it takes me several reads and a few missteps to sort out. The word gurgling stops me for a moment, and I see it as giggling and grinding before it makes sense. I have been camped here for 2 days now, Anna. It is warm in here, and the air is old and damp, but there is a nice salt in it too. My skin feels better inside this place than on the unforgiving dunes. In my explorations, I have dropped some unimportant things down into Pyrausta. Rocks, small and large, a beetle. I wonder, should I descend further and go below myself? The voice of Pyrausta calls to me, but she is drowned out by other noises of rushing water and a deep, resonant gurgling. It all sings, and more I yearn. There are lines of scribbles over whatever was written next, and then it resumes. What have I got to lose? I will leap into the darkness. If I don't return, then know this. I love you, Anna. In we go. All right. Anyone remember this episode of Magic School Bus? So now I just want to quickly make sure that I know where to look for this thing. Apparently I'm missing other dies. Huh. "27 colors you can get? Wow. How many do I have right now currently? I might have to do more homework after the fact. Oh, I also did buy a bunch of bike parts. So that's fun. Okay, so... Good lord, I'm missing a bunch. Or I guess I'd maybe have to look. Okay, dies from inventory items. Atomic core, atomic shell, azure, beetle husk, dusty monument, ecrine green, hecoan black. I don't know how I got 2 of those. Bexy red, neon flash, yeah. Pyrausta gray is the one I'm looking for in here. Salt plain pools, sandy dye. Sunsets, wash blue, wind chime dye. Oh, hello, Guyver, welcome. And lavender flash, they just have that in a funny order there. Okay, so we have that, all those except for the Pyrausta gray. That's what we're doing in here, Pyrausta. Da-da-da. You'll find the dye in the corner of the room where you find 20 cuts. Okie dokie. Well, welcome to Magic School Bus, Skyver. We are currently in the worm. And we have also visited the Chum Queen. This is the top and bottom that she gave me for finding all 165. I would say out of this entire game, this is probably the weirdest part that I have gone into. Alright. Kobe! Nope. So as I said, I have done this before. I have an upload on my YouTube of me not talking and ruining it. Anna! I have fallen so far down, slipping and sliding, plunging for an eternity. What things I saw in the blur of the walls as they sped past me, what secrets I heard in the whispers of the rushing wind. Anna, 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 if you could only know, if you could only see. But Pyrausta's voice is not for all to hear. At the end of my fall, I found myself in a new world, and I have lived in this place for a half a day now. I see now why she called to me. She is a god, but she is crying for help. And my poor bike is trying to get in because I keep calling for it with the fruit thing. Now, I think that's the one thing that I was hung up on because I didn't know that the whistle for your bike did more. And I'm pretty sure these are the only plants that actually do this. React this way. So do that. Whoop. Grab another one. And huck that through quickly. Here. Actually, oh, okay, never mind. If I was fast enough, I could have gone through there. Oh, come on. I think the die is possibly in here. There should... Oh, yes. I didn't even get those cuts. Damn. Okay. Well, I'm glad I came back here. Even though I'd already farmed a little bit for cuts, that's okay. Yay! The die! That's what I wanted. Alright. I'll carry on going through the worm just so you guys can see. Now... There's a little bit of planning and thought that you need to do to get through. But it's not really anything all that difficult. Whee! Let's go swimming through bile and stomach acid. Woohoo! With the frizz? No way! Cruising on down Main Street. You're relaxing, feeling good. Octopus in the neighborhood? Give this little Tums. Get the acid reflux down. Next diary. So the camels were not enough, Pyrausta. What more do you need? Yes, I need younger looking skin. So what more do you need? I have given you all, my all, and still you ask more of me? Oh, you are a beautiful and exquisite god, but you are also a needful and tricky one. I am catching wise to your true meaning, my beloved. I will give you what you ask with boundless weeping joy. Ugh, he's losing it a little bit, I think. Also, thank goodness she can throw this pretty good because there are some other things that she cannot throw well. Also, imagine just having a rope going through whatever that valve is for. Comfy. Oh yeah. I guess there's a little tunnel here. I'm not gonna bother going back, but I think there's something up here that's important. Well, let's go through here. Whatever. I don't remember what was up here, but there's a little tunnel here for flowers, or to get the brain plant thingies. To open what? I don't remember. I think I took one of those flowers off and then I kicked it through this little tunnel. It took a minute. I'm not sure what I wanted to open that for though. Maybe I needed to get through here. No, because there's little... Okay, this one was a little bit of a pain. Not too bad. I'm just going to put one in here. And then it goes down and you can see the path that you need to take to drop the other one. I think I fell the first time I came through here, so it wasn't super great. Just from here, here, and then just make sure you walk straight and don't fall off like I did the first time I did this. Woohoo! So this... I took the mask there. Okay, this mask, this sandworm thing. It says a rancid smelling thing when worn, somehow made from the flesh of a dead sandworm. A definite sense of discomfort seems to overcome people when wearing it. Yeah, no shit. So this mask was sort of in the middle of that blue thingy right there. So it kind of looked like that kind of when I walked in here. Okay, I need my controller, Paul. Thank you. We'll take that thing off. Boys, we need to be nice. Yeah, we do. The incantation on the wood reads, I submerge myself, Pyrausta. Can you hear Dobby? Well, Polly was kind of like, meh, I don't really like you. And Paul's there on my lap, and I don't like fighting on my lap. So we need to settle in, okay? Paul, we don't need to bite anybody's ankles. Huh? There's enough room for everybody. Okay? That would be Dobby. He's good at talking back. Right? He's very pleased with himself. Huh? Yeah, stop. Come settle in. We don't need any nails, okay? Huh? What is it called when a cat makes biscuits with their full nails? Owie. Dobby, hey? Put your hand away. Put your hand away. I submerge myself, Pyrausta, into the depths of you, of my body, build yourself, that you might live anew. I step away from the platform. I should look for a way out. So it will give you the option to take the mask or not, and I took it. Six cats, wow. We have 4, and that seems like enough. How did I get out of here? I think we have to climb our way out. What? Oh, okay. Oh Lord. Don't tell me I'm stuck behind. Okay, here we go. What the heck? There we go. Jeez Louise. I will say thankfully that everybody typically gets along with everybody. Dobby is the type of boy that requires attention pretty much at all times. If someone else is getting attention, then he must interject and also get attention. Oh, for... Oh my god. There we go. Well, that turned out great. Where can I... Why don't we try climbing the bone here? Here we go. Also, I will say that I'm glad I have all this stamina, but the amount of climbing you have to do to get all the chum eggs, oh my god. I was tired of climbing. Tired of it. And I did finally make it up those rotating pillar things. But man, that was something. That was a journey. Can we... Okay. Oh, shoot! I forgot about that part. Okay. Derp. Derp moment. We gotta feed the beast. Whoop. Oh. I don't know if it's gonna work if I do the first one from up here. Alright, acid reflux time. Guess I could have thrown it just over here. Let's see if I can get it in. Yeah. I was close. Yeah. Oh. Off the rim. So yeah, we need to give the poor worm acid reflux. Is this the one where it's over top? Yeah. So I should be able to just whistle at that one. I forgot that's what I had to do to get up here. Because, yeah, there's that thing that we gotta open. Oh, that's weird when there's no surface. There we go. Now. Da-da-da-da. Whew. There is actually water. Okay, there we go. And so we are up on top of that very high gray pillar that I couldn't climb before. The worm is way over there. And before you run away from this spot, there is a chum egg up here. So that's why I had to come up here when I was getting all the chum eggs. And there's some dragonflies up here, so you might want to get those too. And for, where's the chum egg thingy? Oh, you can see it over there. It's with the crows. So this is where the chum egg is. So, yeah, I think you have to go through the worm to get up here, because I think that even with the full stamina, I don't think you can climb this high. Unless you somehow find like a pixel, like a little ledge that you can sit on, but I don't think so. As I said, you might be able to climb this over here. This round one. And maybe bubble over and climb up, but any hoozy. That's the worm. Now we have a quest to finish over here. So this is where we put all those relics from the pink building thingies that we did the races for. And it said to come back in a few days, so let's see what happens. Whee! Upon seeing me, fear all but leaps with excitement. Sable, I've been waiting for you. I decoded the final inscription. We were right. It was a game, a race, and you completed it exactly as intended. Do you know what that means? I won? Or I'm really fast. Let's say I won? Oh, you definitely won, or more accurately, Simoon won. It barely registers with me that she uses Simoon despite never being introduced, and I don't get a chance to bring it up before she's going on. There's a prize, a real one. Once you complete the race, the pillars reveal the text. Translate the text and you get bike parts. Ooh, incredible ones. Older in their design than any I've ever seen, but perfectly elegant. You must try them, Sable. You must. I can fit the parts onto your own bike if you'd like to ride it now. Sure. Yes, please. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so what is the... Oh yeah, so I went and bought the lightning crystal bike front. That looks crazy. Ooh, what color do I want on this thing? Where's that one that I just unlocked? Was it this one? I think so. Ooh. So many colors. Let's do pink and green. With the rotating red text. That looks so cool. I don't really care that it slows me down at this point because I'm almost done this thing. Let's just stick with the same color palette if I can. This thing's a little buggy. Or I can't see which one I have selected unless I go up a certain amount. What's that one? I don't know. And then my balloon, but let's see what the other part looks like. Whoa, look at the acceleration and the handling on that. Dang. This bike. Fear shakes her head and shrugs, but it's in the nice way. The way you do it's something so grand and so beautifully awe-inspiring that you can't help but feel small and sort of casually useless in its shadow. This bike is wonderful. I tell her I agree and thank her for the opportunity to ride in an ancient race. I also explain that in playing their old game, I felt more connected to the past than I did hearing the drier bits of history. That's great. I mean it. That's great. I mean it. I don't know if I'm just a romantic or something, but I always have such a hard time connecting to the past without connecting to the people. Strange for a machinist, isn't it? I think about it. I suppose it is strange for a machinist somehow, but I find it comforting too. There really is room for all kinds behind all masks. I want you to keep the bike and bring it into a new era. Let's see how the world changed while it was sleeping. I don't ride much myself nowadays, so it'll be in good hands with you, and I get to be smug around the other machinists, which is all the reward I really need. I thank Fear for her skill and generosity and head off. Let's take a look at this thing. That's pretty dope. Oh, that's cool. I can't drive this thing for shit. Oh, the lights change? That's pretty neat. All right. We are going to go to... I don't know if there's a mass caster in Ecria, so let's go to Burnt Oak Station. And we can get the angler mask. And I gotta put the balloon back on my bike. Let's get the balloon back since we're right here. That's better. And I kind of like... Oh, I need to pick the color. So many colors. Oh yeah, the little gnome. Oh my god. That's kind of intense. Oh yeah, I like the speedster wings. I'm pretty sure I have all the dyes at this point. I would be shocked if I didn't. I'm pretty sure the one in the worm was the last one I needed to find. And we'll leave that front on, because that's really cool. Hell yeah. Mask maker, make me an angler mask. Then I gotta find a merchant and sell. Actually, I think I know who I'm gonna sell to. Sell some of these glowworms. Get my cuts. Woohoo! Let's go try it on. There it is. That's an interesting one. I still like the cartographer one best, I think. And I have gotten all the clothes and all the dyes, or almost all the clothes. That was a lie. So, the last thing I want to do before we finish this game is there's a couple things I want to buy yet. And hopefully this merchant still has a bunch of cuts that I gave them earlier. How much? Wait, how much does he have? Yeah, see, he's got 2,400. I'm gonna sell him all my glowworms. And wait, did she not take... Oh, she did take some fish. I thought she would have taken all the fish, the extra fish that I had at the vivarium. Anywho, actually, no, I'm scared. Confirm. It said I delivered everything, though. Weird. I'm gonna keep one because I'm nervous about that for whatever reason. But yeah, fishing is a really good way actually to make money fairly quickly. However, I would say farming those glowworms is crazy fast. Because the glowworms are 100 each. And it takes a little bit of time in that cave, but eh. So now I need to wait for it to be nighttime. So speaking of fishing, why don't we do a little bit of fishing? I'm waiting for that right there. So the fishing is actually kind of cool. I will admit that I did have a little bit of issue with it. I guess you could call it a glitch in the sense that the menu kind of froze up. So I turned on easy fishing and that seemed to work. And are we using the new fishing rod she gave us? Must be. This thing. Whee! Ooh. So I guess like most games, there are some fish that are available everywhere in certain areas, and then there's some fish that you have to go to specific spots to find. There are... Cassie will sell you hints. So you can buy from her... Where would that be? Quest. You can buy clues from her for all the fish. But they're kind of vague. Like bloated eye clam, a parasitic tree killer. Common to find in pink colored dunes. So anyway, I just looked up a guide. And I don't think there's any time travel in this, so you kind of have to just kill time by, I don't know, finding stuff to do while you're waiting for the nighttime. I couldn't find anything that let you speed up the time, is what I'm trying to say. And as I was doing my homework, I was trying to think about what mask I'm gonna choose, because at the end of this whole thing I have to choose what mask I'm gonna, I guess, wear permanently. And I know I've been wearing the cartographer's mask the whole time, but I was kind of like, I don't know, like I guess Cassie is technically wearing the angler mask, even though she's got her vivarium. I'm not really interested in being a machinist, like a bike person. I'm not super interested. What other masks do we have? The entertainer one would be okay, maybe. I don't think there's a profession for whale ship mask. Can we choose the chum mask forever? I don't know. Climbing mask? Do I want to wear this mask for the rest of my life? I'm not really sure. I don't think I'm interested in being a guard like Elizabeth. The beetle mask might be interesting because I think those are like traveling merchants. Merchant masks are just people that sell stuff. Scrapper mask is the one we got from... Yeah, spent in old ships alone in your thoughts. The shade mask. So I am kind of leaning toward cartographer, because I mean you could, I guess, extrapolate that and say, well, you're just going to go out exploring and seeing the world, and you know, you might make maps or something. So I don't know what time it is in this, but we'll just buzz around a little bit while we wait for nighttime. But yeah, I would say doing all the chum eggs, you definitely see pretty much every corner of the map and every bit at length, because there's all these little feather icons are all chums. I've had to revisit some. I would say one of the hardest chums to find was at the geyser tower. That was rough. The whale also took a lot of time. But there's like however many, there's a lot in here. Yeah. Thank God there's only 165, because good lord. Ooh, wait. I think I missed this part over here. There's something over here I need to buy too. Glad I was dilly-dallying. Because I think there's outfit or bike parts at this Five Bells place. I just forgot that it existed until I just saw it now. Let's go see what we can get. Okay, I bought everything from him. Oh yeah, and I found the last... Yeah, we found the last climber on the stream. Yeah, they were in the well. That's right. Okay, so I did buy everything here. Good, good, good. I don't think I have any mail. Nope. Okay, never mind. But yeah, as I have said multiple times before, for a dev studio that never made a game before and from what I read had no idea how to make a game, they sure did it. The writing is probably some of the best that I've seen in a long time. I just like they have different vocabulary, like definitely a different writing style than a lot of games that I've played. The story is decent, like pretty unique too, I would say. Well, you know, whatever, like it's sort of, you could argue it's a little bit like Ocarina of Time, where, you know, you're this kid who has to leave the village and go on a journey to discover yourself or whatever, but I would say the execution of that story is pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever played a game with a customizable sand bike that had a balloon on the back. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just toting around waiting for nightfall. Because that dude who I want to talk to comes out at nighttime, so I have to wait. And the shadows are getting pretty long, so we should be there soon enough. Phew. But also kind of interesting lore in the sense that it sounded like that ship was trying to terraform this planet and then it kind of all went wrong. And then they had to wear masks to adapt to the climate. And that's kind of evolved into the mask wearing that these people engage in now, kind of thing. So I find that quite interesting. Where's the sun? Is that it right there? We're getting there. And the style of this game is pretty unique too. I don't think I've really ever seen another game that does line work and color palettes like this as well. And how the color, like we're in like golden hour right now with the sun setting. You can see how it's already gone super pink. On the shadows coming in. So let's get where I need to be. So this guy will only talk to you when you are wearing the shade mask. And it's between certain hours, so we're gonna have to wait for... There's that little door on the bottom, and a little mask will pop out of it. And his whole deal is the shade before, so the guy who gave us this mask, I guess, just dumped his stuff on this person's grandfather, and he's pissed off at having to hold onto it for all these years. And so I have to buy it back because he's charging me interest and like a holding fee basically for hanging onto it. So we'll see when he comes out here. But it's also, when you actually look at it, it's kind of obvious because that picture up there is literally the shade mask. Let's see if we can see when the, on the lower one, the little thing pops out. I don't know if you can hear that meowing. That was Wee Willie Winky. It's definitely nighttime. This is something where we need to not be staring at it and then it'll pop out. Oh! See that little guy pop out? I'm curious what happens if I wear a different mask. Nothing. What the H? Well, from this dude, I did buy the rest of the shade outfit. Is that gonna help? Let's just try fast traveling back to the town. Maybe that'll trigger it. Are you serious? Oh, there we go. Stranger in the wall. Shade. Back for more. What can I do for you? What do you have? Here's what you left my Gramps. So we'll buy the rest of the bike parts. See you around, Shade. ... Wait, what was I wearing on top? Oh yeah, the chum. Chum, chum, chum. Now I'm curious to see what this bike looks like. So this bike has some of the lightning crystal stuff on it. And you occasionally get like a little spark or whatever. I'm not sure if this person can customize my bike or if I can just buy from them. No. Okay, well, let's go to Seven Sisters. And we shall... Where's the bike person here? You'd think I would know this by now after playing this game for a decent amount of time. Let's see what that Shade bike... So that's the front. Get the eyeballs. The side, you get little... I can't really pan the camera, but... Whoa, the handling and acceleration are crazy on that. I'm gonna leave my bike as is. Okay. Well, I think that's everything. So I'm going to put on my OG mask, my Ibexi mask, and I kind of want to go back in style instead of fast traveling. So we're going to go to the wind tower. I could ride my bike back into town. Wonder if there's actually, I'm just going to check quickly and see if there's any trophies that I missed. And depending on what they are, I will be going back in. Da-da-da-da. Nope. Got them all aside from what we're about to do. That's pretty cool. So I'm just going to put my, the white marker. I guess I forgot to delete that going for that chum. So I did have to go back into this area, but nothing triggered for endgame. So I left it, of course. What other markers do I have? The blue one for that crappy fish, we'll take it out. And then there was another one around here. We'll just clear them all. And I'm just gonna place a marker here. I guess I could keep my cartographer mask on, but I don't know, it feels sort of full circle meta to go back to my OG tribe and then choose the mask that I left with. And then I guess choose the mask that I want to wear forever, I guess. Now, how do we get back in here? Get to show everybody my new bike with all my cool parts. I don't think this does anything when I go through it, does it? Oh, snap, it does too, but is there only one in here? I feel like there's only one in here. Because there's definitely no little pink tower in here. Wow. We've come a long way. Let's get up there and say hi to my fam. As the ibex camp draws closer, the imagined threshold between home and gliding is palpable. It reminds me of coming in from a sandstorm so fierce that the grains have whipped through the air and through your clothes. You peel off the layers of sand-beaten fabric and marvel at the dust on your skin, the bits that manage to get through despite every precaution. And though you feel so grateful to be home and so comforted by the safety of the indoors, you can't help but smile, nostalgic, as you wash the sand away. What an adventure you've had, and it was only for you. Am I ready to choose my mask now? There is no going back if I do. I'm ready. I think I'm ready. But am I really ready? Definitely ready. Triple 1,000 take. I don't think they were supposed to turn that jerky. Hey everyone, I'm home! I should speak to Jody when I'm... what did that say? I should speak to Jody when I'm ready for the choosing ceremony. Well, let's talk to people first. I haven't seen them in 1,000 years. Ilaria. Hey, Sable. It's strange how children change so much over a short period. Ilaria has grown, but she'll always be a child to me. You've grown. Ilaria subconsciously stands a little taller and prouder as I say the words. I can't help but smile, remembering all the times adults would say, "Oh, how you've grown," to me as a child. Well, you've not grown at all. I haven't just grown, I can climb way higher now. Zeki hates it. It's great. I'll say not all growth is external, and you'll get there soon enough. I like the second one. Ilaria seems unimpressed. Saima will leave for her gliding soon, but at least he'll be back now. I don't have the heart to tell her that I might not stay with the Ibexi. There's still time to decide, so I hold back. Say, I did a lot of climbing out there. Oh! How high did you go? Did you touch a cloud? If I had a gliding stone, I would definitely touch a cloud. I reveal that I got the climbing mask. Ilaria seems to vibrate with excitement and jealousy. I can't believe it. You have to choose it. You will choose it, right? I mean, why wouldn't you? That would just be silly. I don't think I'll get a word in here, so I just let Ilaria effusively speak at me for a while, enjoying her passion for something so particular. Being a climber is a pretty solitary existence for the most part, mostly foraging for things that grow in the higher climbs, fixing or salvaging from ships in high places. But the sights you see, the places you go, it'll be like a continual gliding at times. Will I be comfortable at those heights without the gliding stone? Hell no! The gliding stone is the thing that lets me have those bubbles. Absolutely not. Zeki, my child, welcome home. Have you been taking care of yourself? You look rather bony. Are you well? Zeki fusses over me. She would always look for reasons to care for us. That's no good at all. Not at all. We have to fix you up with some of Jadi's lamb stew. I am involuntarily salivating at the thought. It's good to be back. Say, where have you been? After you left, we headed to some older Ibexi campsites, places we used before you were born. Going back, it was beautiful. The land flourishes when you leave it for so long. Each place transformed with life and abundant with things to forage since we were last there. Once we leave the Ewer, we will not be coming back for a long time. It needs to recover from nourishing us. I might choose the entertainer's mask. Oh, an entertainer's mask. I see you were kept busy with young ones on your gliding, too. Everybody needs a bit of levity now and then. It's an important part of life, valued by many. But you know the Ibexi are not in a position to accommodate such trifles. Fun and games are just that. If you pick this mask, you'll have to find a richer clan to join. We can't afford it. I hope you think carefully about what mask you choose, Sable. I kind of like that you can talk to people with a little rundown on each mask, I guess. Welcome back. I don't remember the last time I heard Umar speak. Maybe to yell a warning, but never to converse. It takes me a moment to think of something to reply. How have you been? Umar shrugs silently. I think that's all I'm going to get from him on that. Did you miss me? He emits a low grunt and what sounds like a chuckle. I think that means he missed me. Now the little old lady we talked to last, because she's the one who will help me with my choosing. Now, is there anyone else we can talk to? I can't leave. I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Oh wow, I really can't go talk to many other people. Holy shit, okay. Did I talk to this person? Oh yeah, I greet Sizzo. How do you do, clan child? Talk about Simoon. How is your companion? A smooth glide. We had a few bumpy moments, or I would have been lonely without Simoon. I like the lonely one. Of course, the desert can be a desolate and sparse place. Traveling with a partner is the only way to keep the mind at peace. What will happen to Simoon now? Well, it's almost time for Saima's gliding. Simoon will likely accompany her across the dunes. I feel a pang of melancholy as I think about losing Simoon. It had to happen one day. Nobody truly owns a bike in the Ibexi, but it's merely accompanied by one. I am grateful to have at least had that blessing. Dang, I can't even keep my bike. I met a lot of your machinist friends. I tell Sizzo I met a lot of her friends on my travels. I know this, and I hope they were good to you and to Simoon. I tell her they were, and she seems to take a bit of pride in that, which is rare to see in Sizzo. Some really great machinists out there. I like them a lot. Do you think I should choose the machinist mask? I ask if Sizzo thinks I ought to choose the machinist mask, that I might join her order. She crosses her arms and takes time to think. Some will tell you that the life of a machinist is lonely. It isn't, and not only because we are assigned to clans who so often welcome us into their number. No, it's more. It's because we are never truly alone. As you were never truly alone on your gliding, you went with Simoon. I think of the moments where I sat looking at some map or hiding from some foul weather or trying to get over a sudden bout of very powerful homesickness, and Simoon gave a little hum that I could feel up through my legs. You have a very special bike, Sable. I nod along with Sizzo. As you returned, I sat on the tower and heard Simoon's purr grow to a roar, and in it the traces of those whose work has helped give her shape. She speaks with many voices now, and that resonance. Sizzo seems to shiver. It's why we do what we do. So if that appeals, then I can only recommend it. I thank Sizzo for her counsel. Now, okay, so we talked to them about the climbing mask. Did we talk to this person? Were these people standing here before? Maybe they just didn't have speech bubbles. Halal. Oh, Sable, it's so good to have you home. I've thought about you so much, just imagining all the excitement. Every time we passed a cliffside, I thought, I bet Sable's just hovering everywhere. What do you think of the climber's mask? I ask Halal what they think of the climber's mask. They light up straight away, which I think I should have expected. A brilliant mask. There's a lot of really good masks, obviously, but climbing? If you ask me, the worst part of the gliding's end is losing the perpetual stone, to hover forever, to fear nothing from heights or falls. That is an uncommon freedom, and you have to let it go. To me, climbing is the closest thing one gets to keeping that connection between oneself and the perpetual. Just as the stone does, it banishes fear and risk, lets you explore the world's great vertical spaces with knowledge and fortitude. I think it's a great mask, and probably would have been my choice had I not fallen so much in love with the Ibexi. I thank Halal for their thoughts, and again for the stone they gave me so long ago. Have you heard of Lore, the Fabulist? I ask Halal if they've ever heard of Lore, the Fabulist. Oh, of course I have. Not much for travel, you know, but not 2 years ago I made a special trip to Ekria just to see her. Why? I tell Halal I met her out in the desert and that we spent a whole evening talking about life and poetry. I add that, and I think I may have inspired some original work. That's amazing. So you think, sorry, I'm so excited. So you think it's possible that next time I see Lore, she might actually read a poem that you inspired? I say yes, that is quite possible. Now that is a gliding. Who cares what mask you choose? You've got to hover around the world, and you inspired Lore the Fabulous to write a new poem. If I were you, I'd put on my retirement mask because I'd be done. We laugh together and it feels really, really good. I should catch up with the others. Oh yeah, we've talked about Umar, or to Umar. Okay, so we've talked about the... We haven't talked about the cartographer's mask with anybody, or the chum mask, but climbing, machinist, entertainers. No one talks about anglers or guards, or the beetle, or the merchant. I think that's everybody we've talked to now. Did we talk to this person? Saima, so you came back. Saima crosses her arms, a challenge. I tell Saima I had to come back because when I left, some minuscule little beetle hunting, part stealing menace threw a fit about it and couldn't stop crying because she missed me so much. She nods. Yes, Jaddy took it very hard. I can't help it. I laugh, and I think in so doing I let her win. I tell her I missed her. I missed you too, Sable. I'm happy you came back. Though I can practically see the pout beneath her mask, I'm impressed at how genuine she's able to sound. Even if you don't end up staying long. Are you going to cry if I leave again? I ask Saima if she's going to cry again if I leave. I don't think so, for 2 reasons. She counts them off on her fingers. 1, because it's already happened once, so now I'm used to it. 2, because soon it's going to be my gliding, which I'm going to stay on forever, so I can just go on my bike and chase you down wherever you go. I tell Saima she can't stay on the gliding forever and that she'll have to choose a mask. Then I'll choose the mask of the bounty hunter. I say that isn't a real mask. Yes, it is. I say it's not. She shrugs. Guess you didn't find it. I tell her no, it isn't real, and that if it were real, I would have found it. Don't think so. It's really hard to find that part of it. To become a hunter, you have to be a hunter. I ready my next response, but choose to hold my tongue. Lest I lose what maturity I gained on my gliding. Saima makes a broad gesture that I think is meant to emulate the knocking of an arrow in a bow. Good luck, Sable. Said, I'm thinking of choosing the beetle mask. I ask what Saima would think if I chose the beetle mask. I think you'd look pretty silly, but you'd look silly in every mask. Good, love that. Miss this one, definitely. I think it would be a little like getting to play all the time and have a lot of pets, plus maybe you get to speak beetle language. I always see beetles go up to each other and do dances and click around and hiss and everything, and maybe they're saying things. So if you want to speak beetle, you could do that. She shrugs. I don't know, all masks are different and it's not really going to matter once I'm on my gliding and get to come and visit you. I ask Saima if she means come and bother me. If you're bothered, that's you, but I'm going to come and visit. I can't help but laugh. I tell her I'm looking forward to it. Okay, have we talked to everyone? 1, 2, 3. This person has a speech bubble again. I say hello to Ilaria. Okay, we did her. So climbing, entertainers, who were they? We did beetle for sure, merchant, not really. No one had anything about cartographer? Bro. I can't even check my mail. Okay, well. Oof. Alright, well, let's talk to Jody. Being back with the Ibexi is more comfortable than I expected. I thought the gliding would change every part of me and that I would come home different. Perhaps more mature or more jaded, or at least able to grasp more of Driss's jokes or Hilal's poetry. The actual change is more subtle, and it's that somehow, despite spending so much time discovering the world beyond, I've never felt more like a part of this clan. And it isn't about being Ibexi or which mask I ultimately choose. It's simply that I no longer feel so behind everyone, or like they know some grown-up secret I yearn to understand. I feel embraced, wholly as the person I am. Sable. So, now we've heard your stories, or at least the ones you're happy to tell. That means it's nearly time now. Jadi's sigh is contented. I suspect that she was more concerned with my experience of the gliding than the grand choice at its end. For that I am grateful. Are you ready to choose? Am I? Maybe I should choose the Ibex mask. I am ready to choose or speak to someone else. Ooh. Ooh. So she can choose to stay with the clan forever, or we can choose something else. Now, nobody talked about the cartographer mask, and part of me was like, well, if all she's doing is staying in one spot and selling maps, I don't know how fun and adventurous that is. But I mean, it looks like they have their balloons that they can travel in, and I don't know, I'm ready to choose. I tell Jaddy I am ready. She nods. I won't keep you, Sable. If you know what you want, then all I desire is to learn what that is and celebrate it with you. I'm allowed to be excited too, aren't I? She chuckles. Whenever you're ready, proceed to the temple. Wait, where the hell? Oh, over here. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna... One last ride. Oh, God. One last ride to the temple. Oh. Oh. Oh, never mind. Wait, what? Oh, the game had the same idea I did. Oh, we're saying goodbye to Simoon? I guess I can't ride Simoon one last time to the temple. Okay, let's really think. I don't want to do climbing, because the fact that I would be climbing without that bubble freaks me the hell out. Don't want to be a machinist. Not really keen on Entertainer's Mask or being an entertainer. Not keen on being a guard. Beetle Mask, eh. I think it's gonna be cartographer, you guys. Even though I initially was just wearing it because it was my favorite one with the eyes on it. And I don't think it really matters at the end of the day which one you choose. Because I don't think you're choosing and then you have a bunch of quests to do as part of your new faction or something. I don't know. But also as a cartographer, you get to help other people on their glidings too by giving them maps and directions and things. I like that idea. Oh, jeez. Now I'm going to be so boned if I can't choose cartographer though, and I have to choose one of the other ones that the people were talking about. So what's my backup going to be? What's my backup choice? Oh, they have all the masks on different statues. Oh my god, you can choose the sandworm mask? Yeah, right. Okay, that's the merchant one. I'm scared to click it. Because I don't want it to be like, merchant, done! Okay, that's the cartographer. I can pick the... Oh god. Oh dear. Let's not climb that. So what happens if I do... Okay, I'm just gonna... Wait a tick here. Okay, it's saved before I walked into this temple. So worst case, we can get the hell out of here before anything crazy happens. Okay, so what happens if I do this? Why would you choose this? I don't know. Here's what I know. Well, okay, let's go through them all just for content and blah, blah, blah. Here's what I know about the sandworm mask. 1, the last wearer died. 2, I found it in a reeking cave near the body of its maddened creator. 3, it appears to be made out of the flesh of baby worms. Is this the mask I'd like to choose? No. Okay, let's just go through them all. Do I want to choose the merchant's mask? Oh, okay, so some of them are pretty succinct. What does it say about the chum mask? I can choose to be a chum for life? Okay. The guard mask gazes out at me and I remember Elizabeth. Could I be a guard? No. Oh my god, we could be the shade. Do I want to choose the shade of Ecria mask? No. Machinists. Angler. Oh no, that's the entertainer. Scrapper mask. Could I see myself out there finding treasure amid the ruins? No. Climbing. What does it say for angler? Do I want to choose the angler mask? No. Ooh, what does it say for this one? Do I want to choose the atomic mask? On the downside, I may be a few hundred years too late for the job. But on the plus side, I look really good in it. Still, probably not enough to turn into a whole calling. Should I really choose this mask? No. What the hell would she do as a chum forever? I find that really odd. Here's the Ibexy mask. Do I want to choose the Ibex mask? Would I be happiest staying here with the Ibexy? No. Okay, what does the cartographer's mask say then? Did I even look at it? I don't think so. Do I want to choose the cartographer mask? No. I would be so curious to know what would happen if you did choose the sandworm mask. And for the chum, I don't know what you would do with that. Just hang out with the chum queen all the time? Is entertaining for me? No. Do I want to choose the climber's mask? Can I imagine the life of such great heights? Hell no. Well, I think we'll, we'll just, I guess, go with my gut. I still have no idea what the chum thing would be, so let's go with cartographer. Do I want to choose the cartographer mask? Yes. I scaled some incredible heights as a glider, but imagine the thrill of navigating my own balloon. The sheer distances I would travel, the unique perspective I would get, looking down on people gliding through the desert like little beetles in the sands. I'm sure there are still many places to map, histories to uncover and notate, ancient cities not yet uncovered by the sands to survey, and unimaginable landscapes still to discover. Despite this, not many people choose to become cartographers. You leave a lot behind when you're up in the clouds, I suppose. I think that's what I want. That sounds kind of cool. Yes, that's it. Okay, we're handing back my gliding stone. Looking good, as always. And I can always bring my balloon back to camp. Well, there we go, everybody. Cool. Wow, this was a longer haul of a game than I definitely was expecting when I first went into it. So this was a free PS Plus game a couple of months ago. So if you added it to your library, give it a go if this is interesting to you. I don't know. Now I'm going to have to decide what I play next Saturday because we finished the game. Oh my god, and we all just got flashbanged. Cool. Now, I think I've kind of already decided what game I want to play next week. How long did that even take? Okay, a couple hours. So I'm trying to see where my time was. Because if it had only been an hour, it's like, yeah, I might stream the new game. So there was a new game that was a PS Plus game called Ultros, and it looks quite interesting, just from sort of a story kind of thing. I like the colors, so that could be what's next. The premise is you wake up stranded after seemingly crashing your ship on the sarcophagus, a giant space-drifting cosmic uterus holding an ancient demonic being known as Ultros. Trapped in the eternal loop of a black hole, you will have to explore the sarcophagus and meet its inhabitants to understand the part you play. So that sounds kind of interesting. I don't know if I have any other games at the moment that were PS Plus that I would like to stream. So I think we're going to try that one. And then I might do a little bit more of Division kind of casually. I've already gone through a lot of that game, but there's always daily stuff to do and different missions and stuff. So that could be a thing. And there are a few games coming out later this year that I will be purchasing that I will definitely be streaming at some point. So, yeah. I think we'll give Ultros a try next week. And then we can kind of go from there. So thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you again. I said at the top, thank you for getting me to 50 subscribers or followers. Sorry, not subscribers. They're different things. Really flattered and humbled by that. And still working on capture card drama, so we'll see what happens there. But might see if I can hook up my GameCube and maybe delve into a game on there while I still try to figure out the Switch stuff. But yeah, until then, thanks for joining me. We shall see you next week for a new game. And if I decide to stream at other points in the week, I'll try to make sure to update my schedule and that kind of stuff. So we shall see you at some point in the future. Have a good rest of your week, everybody. Stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you then. Bye bye.